What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, going back to In Flames. Yes, indeed. In Flames Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bot, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Lena, and Lena wanted to see me react to this. It is In Flames with a tune entitled When the World Explodes. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, this is sounding kind of familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Carlos Rique, I suppose, R-I-Q-U-E, Rique? Sure, why not? And the video has 6.4 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. In Flames, When the World Explodes, featuring Amelia Felt. I have no idea who that is, but I'm sure in the comments you guys will fill me in on all the blanks that I have. So, yeah, I feel confident that'll happen. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Try to remember these words. When the world explodes, and the darkest of nights, you're my endless fire inside. Across the waters, back to shore, through space and time, you guide me.
really short little guitar solo there, wasn't it? I was kind of hoping it'd be at least twice as long. I like the switching between the halftime feel and the straight time feel. I think it's being done well. Sometimes it's a little short. Sometimes they only, they'll transition into straight time for like, 2 measures before they go back to the halftime feel again. But other times they keep it a bit longer, which is nice. Musicianship, everything sounds fine. Guitars, bass, drums, I got no issue with anything that's happening within the musicianship. Vocally, it's very dominantly grit and growl vocals. But here's the thing. It is grit and growl, yes. But it does have that that undertone. It does have that underlying melodic line there. Okay, maybe not a melodic line, but there's definitely melodics happening, like subharmonically. There's definitely pitch hidden inside of the grit and growl. It's subtle. It's very subtle, but it is still being dominated by the grit and growl vocal style. But there is pitch there. You have to search for it a little bit, but it is there. When he did switch to the melodic singing, it was nice. I liked when he did. I wish we had more of it.
You can't always get what you want.
Overall, so far, it's good. I'm digging it so far. Let's hope it continues along this path. If it does, we should have a very, how should I put this? A very pleasing review for In Flames fans. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, though. Let's get back into this, shall we? Little break. I like how they have the lights going. It fits. Good mic awareness. I don't know about that ending, man. I kept waiting for the band to come back in. I kept hoping the band would come back in, but yeah, the ending, if you ask me, the ending kind of fizzled. Let me get my thoughts together. Let me think about it more. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. Anyway, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was In Flames with a live performance of When the World Explodes. This was a request from Lena. Okay, I thought about it. I took everything into account, and I have a score, okay? I don't necessarily like the score, but it's the score that makes the most sense. It is. I look at the score and I go, yep, I can absolutely justify that. Personally, it's not the score I would give, but it's the score that objectively I think this song and this performance deserves. So we're gonna stick with it for now, but I might change my mind, and the score may go up or down. So I don't know. We're gonna have to just kind of play it by ear for now. Let's start with the score, and then we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that overall presentation a 7.7. Yep, 7.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.7. What does that mean? Well, a 7.7 would translate to a really good skill rating because overall, I think was a really good presentation. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and a B as in boy, B plus letter grade. Yeah, B plus. So there you go, 7.7, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B plus letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Haha, so glad you asked. Remember, that score might change. While I'm talking, I may change my mind, but as it stands right now, 7.7 is where we're at. So, the songwriting. I thought it was good. I thought it was solid. I wouldn't say I was terribly impressed by the songwriting. I've heard better. I've heard from In Flames, I've heard better than this song. But, I mean, it didn't do anything wrong. It checked off all the boxes. We got some play between straight time feel and halftime feel, which was nice. I do feel like on occasion they did switch gears a little too suddenly, a little too quickly. Like there were some points where we were in the halftime feel, and then when we switched to the straight time for literally 2 measures, and then we went right back to the halftime again. And I was like, what was the point? You know, that really didn't serve any purpose. Now, when they would switch and do like 8 measures of straight time, that's different because it's longer. It has more of an impact. It gives the listener a chance to find the groove, establish the groove, and get into the groove before they switch gears again. 2 measures? No, it's not enough time. It's at worst, it's a waste. At the very least, it's a waste of time. At the worst, it's counterproductive and a distraction. And either way you go, there's no reason to do that. Well, why would you shoot yourself in the foot? You know, that just doesn't make sense to me. But for the most part, everything in the song made sense. The chordal progression made sense. I like the chordal progression. That sounded really pleasing to the ear. Musicianship wise across the board, I got no issue with anything that was played. The guitar solo I did feel was a little short, but that's just personal taste. I personally would have liked it to have been at least twice as long, but you know, sometimes short, sweet, and to the point is what the song needs. So, the drumming sounded just fine. Guitar playing sounded just fine. Bass playing, I could actually hear the bass. I had to dig for it a little bit, but it wasn't that hard to find. Vocally, okay. It was dominated from the male vocalist. It was dominated by grit and growl style vocals. Now there was some There was some subharmonics in there. There was some harmonic undertones, and it did help. It absolutely did help. There was pitch inside of the grit and growl. You had to, again, kind of like the bass playing. You had to look for it, but once you found it, you had no problem locking in with it. When he did switch up to the melodic singing, it sounded good. I liked what he did. The addition of, what was her name again? Amelia Felt. I wish she had appeared on stage a little sooner. Going through that whole first chorus, you heard her, but you didn't see her, and that was kind of weird. But, eventually in the second chorus, she came out. That was nice. I do feel like she did add to the song overall. I do feel like her vocal style definitely fit the mood and tone of this song, especially, and this was kind of weird. This is towards the end. The band left, and she kind of took the lead at that point with that operatic style singing. Now, I'm not gonna lie, folks. The first time she went into the operatic style, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Does that fit? I mean, it's being done well. She's showing off her vocal talent, and that's wonderful. But is that really adding to the song? The funny thing is, when she did it the second time, that's when it clicked, and I was like, okay, now I see it, now I hear it. Yes, it adds to the song in a constructive and positive way. Okay, no problems there. When she would sing in unison with the male vocal, it sounded just fine. I had no problems with it. What really, the thing about her performance that impressed me was after the second operatic section, they did the unison singing, and then she took the lead again, but this time she didn't focus so much on an operatic style. She took more of a rock vocal style and really just belted it. And I was really glad to see that she had a good concept of mic awareness. She had her mic down by her chest, and the mic was picking up her vocals just fine. Could you imagine if she had the mic up in front of her mouth when she started belting like that? Oof, that would have been rough. She would have overloaded the mic for sure, but she has some really nice mic awareness. I was actually pretty impressed with that. My only gripe about the song was the ending. I feel like there was a very heavily missed opportunity to have the band come back in and finish the song strongly. I can appreciate having that breakdown section with the vocalists taking over, stealing the show, getting the spotlight. Okay, no problem. I'm all in favor of that, especially when you have a featured artist. Absolutely. Give them their time to shine. Sure. Go backstage, guys. Get a quick drink of water. Take a breath. But then it just kept going, and I'm like, are they going to bring the band back out? And the next thing I know, the song is ending. It's wrapping up. I'm like, wait. We're going to end on that? We're going to end on that? Really? Okay. I just feel like there was a severely missed opportunity for a much more poignant, much more powerful ending. Like, really put the exclamation point on it. But instead we went with the fizzled out approach. Okay, well, it is what it is, I guess. I wasn't super thrilled about the ending. And as far as the live show goes, that 7.7 includes the live show. The live show, if I'm being honest, it didn't hurt, but it didn't help. Stage presence was there, yes. Stage energy was kind of there. It was all being done by the lead vocalist, but even he wasn't moving around a whole lot. He kind of kept himself within a 5x5 box and didn't really leave that box. Everybody else had their feet planted in the stage and they didn't move at all. So wasn't too thrilled with the stage energy. I mean, it was there, but it was weak. stage interaction. Okay, there was stage interaction when the band left and it was just the two vocalists facing each other, playing off of each other. Yes, there was interaction there, but that was it. That was all. Up until that point, there was none. And I don't know. I mean, like I said, were the bases covered? Yes, but it could have been so much better. But whatever. It gets the check box. It's a weak check, but it's a check. Crowd interaction. The argument could be made that she interacted with the crowd during that same section when she would turn and face the crowd and she would kind of gesture to the crowd. I'm not 100% sure though if she was gesturing to the crowd or if she was just doing a theatrical gesture out to the eon, out to the ethers and out into space, and not really with doing it with any intention of doing it towards the crowd for the point of interaction. There was nothing about what she did that screamed a definite yes. But at the same time, the motions were being made. So, I mean, and I'm sure there are going to be people who will interpret that as crowd interaction. So, again, I'll give it the check, but it is a weak check. I'm not convinced. So, showmanship. Yeah, she kind of brought the showmanship when she was, again, doing those gestures. I mean, that was probably the most showmanship thing that happened during the entire performance. So, yeah, I'll give it to her. I'll give that one to her. That one gets a check. Production. Yeah, the lights. The lights were very well designed. I loved when the band left and they got the lights up on the stage just actually like doing the whole spinning thing. I thought that was very appropriate for what was happening within the music. Clearly, this light show was designed. So it wasn't just random programs, run program 1A, run program 7C, run program 9R, It wasn't that. It was, it was very clearly designed to go with the music and what was happening within the performance. So, yeah, I'll give that the check. So, it didn't hurt, but it didn't help either. It was just kind of an indifference there when it came to the live performance. So this is how I'm coming up with the 7.7. And after saying everything, the 7.7 is going to stay. I feel better about it after talking about it. So yeah, 7.7, we're sticking with it. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.7, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B as in boy, B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I've spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.